I celebrate you, you celebrate me. With our hand in hand, we are walking in our destiny. Come on and let me show you here. Yeah, celebration time. Ooh, yeah, yeah, it's a celebration.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for joining us. I want right now, ladies, for you all to sit down and relax. One of the things that I'm very much known for is just being real, transparent. And on today, my guest, Miss Candice Lovett, is going to just empower you to burst out of the shell that you're in. The depression, whether it's molestation, the rape, the hurt, the rage, the anger, all those things that you've been dealing with. You know, there comes a point in time in your life where you have to subdue it before it subdues you. So if you would just clap your hands and welcome Miss Candice Lovett. Thank you so very much for joining us this morning. I'm excited that you're here.
I'm excited to be here too.
And I say that because so many times as women, we suffer silently, which means that we go through things and we don't want anyone else to know. We cover up, we put on this mask, we're smiling, and we're dying inside. Do you know anything about that at all?
Yes, ma'am. I remember at a young age going through what you just said, you know, keeping it in. Like when I first started being sexually abused, I remember like just being quiet because I was just afraid of how it would affect my family if I were to come out. And later on, be like probably not too long before I confessed to my mom as to what happened to me. Wow. I would like suppress and be like, did that really happen? Like it plays mind games on you. And for a long time I suffered alone. But
so how old were you when the molestation began?
It started when I was 12 years old. We had just moved from our family because my mom had met my stepdad. So we moved to where, you know, his family was from. And the woman that would babysit us, which was his aunt, she would babysit us, and she had this boyfriend. And I consider her my aunt, I consider him my uncle.
Of course,
and
they're family.
Family, and it's the last people you expect to hurt you.
Yeah.
And one day I was in the back playing on the computer, just playing, and he came back there and he was like, give your uncle a hug or whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I gave him a hug, and it was like it's like when he hugged me, it's like it was a, you know, innocent hug.
Yeah.
But it turned from that moment, like in 2 seconds, like his hands were in the front, where I was just beginning to start womanhood, you know, you know, getting my little breath or whatever.
So are you feeling awkward? Is there an eerie feeling? How are you feeling on the inside?
It was shocked. I was shocked at the time because I was like, it was a confused state, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to touch me right there. Nobody is at this age.
Because that's what your parents tell you. No one should ever violate your body.
Not right here when you're at that age. And it's like from that moment on, like he would do stuff like that. And like I said before, for a long time I was just in denial.
Why did you not say anything the first time it happened?
The first time it happened, I didn't say anything because we were so far from our real family.
Yeah.
And the only family up there at the time was my mom.
Now, when you say there, where did this happen?
We were in Kemper County. We was in Mississippi here, in DeKalb, Mississippi. And it's like she was my only thing that I had, and I was like the last thing, because I know how my mom is about me. And I was like, I cannot tell my mom this happened because she's going to, you know, because I'm young.
So when you said you know how your mom is, like most mothers are very protective, loving, and ballistic. If anything happens, I'm going to get you. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, because my mom is crazy. Like, even now, I'm 23, I'm in college. My mom calls me like 100 times a day.
That's a great mother.
And she's wonderful. And I was like, the last person I wanted to lose was her because this man wanted to, you know, mess with me and take my childhood. Yeah. The last thing I wanted to do was lose my mom. And it's crazy because when we were in church, when I finally just let it out, this woman named Sim, or we call her Sim, she sings so beautifully. She was singing Seasons. And she sung, and I was like, I'm just tired. And I looked over at my mom. She was all into it. She was, you know, and I was like,
she's in the spirit.
In the spirit, she's there. And I was like, well, I can tell it now, you know. She ain't gonna really just lash
She's
out.
in church.
She in church.
Safest place to be.
So I was like, I told her, and she was like, she just started crying. She was just like, and it was just, she was just hurt.
Do you think that she ever knew that anything like that was taking place?
My mom, she worked so much. Like, it had got to the point where we had actually kind of just moved in with this lady because my mom was working so much.
Yeah.
I mean, she drove, like, because we stayed in DeKalb, and she would drive all the way to Forest, Mississippi, to Carthage, to work at Tyson. And she would be so busy, just busy.
So like most moms, you know, many times we have to do what we have to do for our children.
What? My stepdad, he's been remarkable. Like when it was in the thick of it, the mess. Like it was one night I was asleep on the couch, and he came to wake me up because we would watch, you know, TV together. All of us would, and I would fall asleep, and he came in there, and I remember him coming in there to wake me up. And my mom the next day, she was like, "Is there something going on with you?" And I was like, "No, ma'am, nothing's going on." And she was like, "Well, your dad came in, and his eyes were so big." My mom said when he came in to wake me up, I was just fighting him. And he was like, "Something is wrong with Candice." And when I found out what it is, it's over.
So even when she asked you that time,
I was still scared.
Still, you know, afraid.
I was afraid.
Did he ever threaten you?
He never threatened me. What he would do, he would like do little simple stuff, like it's like he knew that he was wrong, like he knew he was wrong for what he was doing, and so he would give me like $2 here, like, you know, just like little petty things. He'd be like, "Hey, you a good girl," you know, just stuff like
as your reward.
It's my reward for being quiet. And another reason that I didn't, you know, just really just say anything because I didn't grasp it as sexual abuse. It was just like maybe this really, I was still in denial that it was really going on to me.
Yeah, we're gonna come right back. And those that are watching, I know you're saying, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe that is happening." It happens every day. And the worst part is not people that we don't know. They're under the roof with us. People that we know every day. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Come on and let me say it. Yeah, celebration time. Ooh, yeah. It's a celebration.
Tired of trying to get Social Security disability on your own? The Mayfield Law Firm has over 35 years of experience handling civil cases. The first appointment is free, and you pay nothing unless we win your case.
Hello, I'm Kenneth Mayfield with the Mayfield Law Firm. We have the experience, our service is superb, and our reputation is stellar. Why sell for less when you can afford the best?
Call the Mayfield Law Firm, with offices in Tupelo and in Memphis. Convenient free parking at both locations.
Attention Mississippi and surrounding areas. It's the $39 vehicle acquisition event at Car City Used Car Superstore in Tupelo. If you've got just $39 to put down, you can take over payments as low as $79 a month and drive the vehicle of your dreams today during our grand opening celebration. Our big selection means a price and payment to fit any budget. Every make, every model with guaranteed credit approval. We say yes. You're approved. Drive away today. $39 down and take over payments as low as $79 a month at Car City in Tupelo, where you come first.
Stuck in a lease? Car payment too high? Interest rate killing you? We can help at Carlock Kia in Tupelo. Making weekly payments? Feel like you're never going to pay off your vehicle? Carlock Kia can make a difference. With our Loan Modification Help Center, Carlock Kia will refinance your loan even if you didn't buy from us, giving you a lower interest rate and a lower payment. We can help regardless of the brand of vehicle that you're driving. Our refinance experts are standing by now. The Loan Modification Help Center, only at Carlock Kia in Tupelo, where everybody rides.
Tired of bill collectors or about to lose your home or car? The Mayfield Law Firm has over 35 years of experience. We can file your bankruptcy in less than 24 hours. The first appointment is free and the deposit is only $399.
Hello, I'm Kenneth Mayfield with the Mayfield Law Firm. We have the experience, our service is superb, and our reputation is stellar. Why sell for less when you can afford the best?
Call the Mayfield Law Firm, with offices in Tupelo and in Memphis. Convenient free parking at both locations.
Hey, we're back, and we just had a funny segment. You know, there are times when you just have to laugh in spite of how you feel and what you're going through. But if you're just joining us on the Tammy Tubb Show this morning, my guest on today is Miss Candice Lovett. Earlier in the segment, I said locking. I told you I was being prophetic in regards to, because that's your, I'm going to say your guy friend. His last name is Dr. Lovett. So you never know what God wants to do. But we're talking about, you know, this child abuse, molestation happens not on the outside, but on the inside of, you know, the safest place in our homes. And you actually experienced that one-on-one. So I want to commend you because you're in the process of writing the makings of Charlie Duncan, which is your book. And we're going to thank God that it's going to be a movie eventually. I really see that in the making.
Thank you.
So let's go back in time. We're talking about you had plenty of opportunities to share with your mom, hey, this is going on with me, this guy, you know, is touching me, he's fondling me, but you were walking in fear, correct?
In fear, and not only fear, but I wouldn't say just confusion, but because confusion occurred when it happened. But it was fear and denial, because I actually tricked myself into thinking, this really didn't happen.
Yeah.
Or did it really happen? Or am I making this bigger than what it is? You know.
So your mind was kind of...
It was going back and forth.
Yeah. And most of the times when you suffered really traumatic experiences or events in your life, in a sense, because I know what it feels like, it's like you think, am I losing my mind?
Yes.
Did that just happen?
Yes.
What's going on here?
And my thing, it was hurt because I was hurt because my stepdad, he's the only father figure I have in my life. Every man that's came into my life to be a father figure has either walked out or decided to abuse me, and
So
it
it
go
was
there.
ongoing. So you didn't
there.
know who to trust.
I didn't know who to trust.
But
I was scared to trust my mom because I was scared she was going to go out.
Of course. So your stepfather comes in one night, you're on the sofa, and he, I guess, just casually just touched you just to say, hi, wake up, and you're in a rage,
I was fighting my stepdad, and I love that man. Like, he can call today, and I can be sick, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm fine. Go get in the bed. You're
He
sick.
knows.
I know. He knows me more than my real father.
He knows. And that's a blessing. But I want to ask this question. Did you ever fight the guy who was, you know, intruding
I never
you?
fought. I never fought.
Wow.
Never.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
I've never been asked a question, and
Wow.
that's very interesting.
So on the inside, were you afraid that maybe he would do something to you if you did, or as a child, because you're young, did you feel, I guess, obligated? I have to do what he tells me to do.
I always felt like I said earlier, we were far from my real family. I mean, we're new on the block. Man, it was like the little girl, you know, whatever. You know, that's what I assumed. But come to find out, after my aunt died, which was his girlfriend, she died. He had been touching all the little girls.
Oh my goodness.
Like, he messed with her nieces. And I wasn't the only one. So when they was like, he messed with me too, I was like, okay, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't make this up.
Because your mind, again, is playing tricks on you. So to hear that there are other victims.
They went through the same thing.
Wow.
They did.
How did it affect your life? Just even from looking back to where you are now. Were there things that you did? How did it affect your life?
Like, when I internalized, you know, what happened, I always went back, well, men aren't anything. Men are disposable. Men are black men, you know, because black men are this man, they either molest you, they get your mother pregnant, don't want to be in your life. Black men leave. So I've always been the type to run away. Even when I felt like I've had great relationships with guys, I'll run away or do something to make them run away. So I wouldn't say I have a bad reputation, but I've done things that I'm not proud of, but I don't regret it because it was the makings of me, and I had to go through stuff like that to come to where I am now and to feel the love that I feel from the people, the true friends that I have around me.
Yeah. So when you're saying we all have done things that we're not proud of, unhealthy relationships.
Very. I went through this one relationship. My mom had to pray me out of that relationship.
Something about a praying mother.
My mom had to pray me out of that relationship. He was verbally abusive. I mean, it was just verbal. Because he wasn't, you know, trying to hit me or nothing like that. But he was just very verbal, made me feel like like a bad, like I wasn't
Less of a person.
like I wasn't deserving of love.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, my mom, she prayed, and it's like one morning I just woke up and I was like, okay.
Would you consider that to be low self-esteem, not knowing your worth, of the reason why you stayed in that particular relationship?
It triggered my self-esteem,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't just start after that. Like not too long ago, I started. I think not my freshman year, because I was still kind of messed up. I would say after we filmed my documentary,
Mm-hmm.
I started getting my self-esteem back,
Mm-hmm.
because when I told my best friend Teron Corbett, the one that did the documentary,
He did an awesome job.
because I didn't think, because he knows about it, but I didn't think he was that inspired to do it, because he was a communications major,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to pick a topic to do it on. He just came to the house. He was like, "Can we do,
And I'm
this
so-
on you?"
I'm just so excited that he did.
And ever since then, it's been going up. It's
Yeah.
like I was all the way down here. It's
Mhm.
like I'm slowly coming up. I have a great base of friends and family that
A great
helps out.
support.
I have a great support system.
And I think, when you go through such a traumatic experience like you have, you feel less of a person, you feel I'm not worthy, you are ashamed, and when people look at you, what do they see?
Yes.
And I've learned to never judge a book by its cover, that you have to get to know that individual.
You have to, because you could, when me and Miss Keisha was talking on our way here,
Mhm.
we were talking like, if you sat up there and you just judge that person off of what you see, you may get in the way of inspiring that person or
Yes.
touching that person, because you never know what people are going through.
You never know. And those that are watching right now, they're going through some issues even in their lives, and they're being just, I guess you could say, free to be able to communicate and say, this happened to me.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 23 now.
23 now. So how many years has that been?
It's been about, is it 11? About 11 years.
11 years. So I want to salute you on today, because there are people who are 40, 50, and 60 years old that have never spoken about it.
Yes,
Even
and
on today, I think their life is going to change. We're going to come back, because I can see that you're ready to talk. That we're going to come back and talk to those that are watching one-on-one of how they can break free, of the abuse, neglect, and molestation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Come on and let me say it. Yeah, celebration time. Ooh, yeah, yeah. It's a celebration. Say yeah, celebration time.
Stuck in a lease? Car payment too high? Interest rate killing you? We can help at Carlock Kia in Tupelo. Making weekly payments? Feel like you're never going to pay off your vehicle? Carlock Kia can make a difference. With our Loan Modification Help Center, Carlock Kia will refinance your loan even if you didn't buy from us, giving you a lower interest rate and a lower payment. We can help regardless of the brand of vehicle that you're driving. Our refinance experts are standing by now. The Loan Modification Help Center, only at Carlock Kia in Tupelo, where everybody rides.
Have you been injured in an automobile accident? The Mayfield Law Firm has over 35 years of experience handling auto accident cases. The first appointment is free, and you pay nothing unless we win your case.
Hello, I'm Kenneth Mayfield with the Mayfield Law Firm. We have the experience, our service is superb, and our reputation is stellar. Why sell for less when you can afford the best?
Call the Mayfield Law Firm, with offices in Tupelo and in Memphis. Convenient free parking at both locations.
Attention Mississippi and surrounding areas. It's the $39 vehicle acquisition event at Car City Used Car Superstore in Tupelo. If you've got just $39 to put down, you can take over payments as low as $79 a month and drive the vehicle of your dreams today during our grand opening celebration. Our big selection means a price and payment to fit any budget. Every make, every model with guaranteed credit approval. We say yes, you're approved. Drive away today. $39 down and take over payments as low as $79 a month at Car City in Tupelo, where you come first.
Tired of bill collectors or about to lose your home or car? The Mayfield Law Firm has over 35 years of experience. We can file your bankruptcy in less than 24 hours. The first appointment is free, and the deposit is only $399.
Hello, I'm Kenneth Mayfield with the Mayfield Law Firm. We have the experience, our service is superb, and our reputation is stellar. Why sell for less when you can afford the best?
Call the Mayfield Law Firm, with offices in Tupelo and in Memphis. Convenient free parking at both locations.
All right, let's jump back into this because before I saw the finger, and anytime someone does a finger, that means listen. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. So what do you want to tell our audience right now?
Like I was just, like I was just saying, like when you were just touching on not judging a book by its cover.
Yes.
I mean, you never know who you might inspire, because everybody has their own different, paths or walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
And I inspired a lot of my friends. Like, it was crazy because we've all been there.
Yeah.
Like, when they saw the documentary, they was like, friend, I was inspired to tell my mom, or I was inspired to tell you that I went through the same thing. So it was touching.
And just to be able to sit in, I guess, a group of women, to be able to say, it happened to me, you're not judging me, you're not being critical, but you're embracing and saying, it's going to be okay, we're going to go through this together. That's why it's so important to have a great connection of friends, true friends.
They've helped a lot.
Have you learned over the years of 23 years who are associates and who friends are?
Yes, ma'am, and I still keep it small.
And it's important that you do.
I keep it simple.
Yeah, the more you have, the more drama.
Because I've actually had one friend that I told her about it, and she was like, I don't understand why you didn't go to your mom. I mean, if that was me, I was like, hold up, it wasn't you. I said, until you go through it, you'll never know. You will never know.
And that's why I asked you early in the segment, did you ever fight him? Because when you walk in fear, you become paralyzed. So sometimes you're not able to physically fight him off because you're just paralyzed. You're in a state in your mind, I don't know what to do.
Yes.
I don't know how to get out of this. So those that are watching right now, I don't want you to judge her. I want you to understand, have compassion that you've never walked in her shoes. And even if you have, it's time for you to open your mouth and let someone know.
You have to let people in, because once you let people in, they're there to help, and you'll heal. I mean, it's not going to be, okay, I was molested or I suffered from domestic violence. It's going to be, okay, day one I went through this and day two you're fine. No, it's like a little shadow, but you have to learn how to push that shadow back and keep going.
It's a step-by-step process.
Yes, ma'am.
It's one of those things where you have to be willing to hold your head up and move forward. Because I know that you know this, but I want to share this with you. You're beautiful, you're young, and many times you'll hear critics say, oh, well, they deserved it, she deserved it. You should have, but why didn't you? That's what you wanted. Have you heard those statements before?
Only thing I heard was, why didn't you just go and tell, and
you can't make...
No.
You can't make someone understand unless, they really physically walk in your shoes.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a hard job, but, someone has to do it. And so that's why I'm so grateful that you're walking forward and not going backwards, and staying in this shell and bursting out to let them know that it happens every day, more frequently than what we really know.
Yes, ma'am, it does.
To our children, our young girls who are left with their uncles, with their stepfathers, with their cousins. I mean, it happens every day. And so we have to be willing to open our mouths, but pay attention to what's going on, to really, truly pay attention. Now, there's an event that's coming up October 6th. I'll be there. You'll be joining us.
I'm
you're going to be
excited.
Yes. You're one of the actual speakers.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to be talking about your documentary, and it's actually turning into a book. Have you finished your book yet?
I finished the book. I'm waiting on getting it edited, and I want to get it published. And as soon as I get it edited, I think it'll be fine, and we'll get into distribution and stuff like that.
It will happen. It will happen.
I'm scared, but I'm excited.
That's the best part. When you're scared, that means that, God can do what he wants to do. Now, if you have all the answers, then you may need to go back. So that's October 6th, and it's actually called the Connected Hearts Domestic Violence Walkathon. You guys remember we went on one last year, and it was awesome.
I didn't go last year.
Well, I'm telling you,
this is my first year.
You missed a treat, and women were just empowered to share their testimonies of how they came out of the abuse, and now what they're doing positively to empower and encourage other women.
I'm excited.
So, do you think that everything that you went through was well worth it?
I believe it was well worth it. I really did.
Why do you say that?
Because like when I was saying about you never know who you might stumble into. I started working with Keisha. I worked with Keisha at Sun Beauty. And it's weird how we're two different people. We're from two different places and are, just two different generations of anything. And we share this almost the same story. And so I'm happy that she inspired me, because I also want to start me a nonprofit later on in my life. And I'm happy that I have the guidance from her to, you know, inspire others, because she's inspiring a lot of people.
And that's what life is about, connecting to people that are moving.
Yes.
As I call movers and shakers. They're not staying in the abuse or, you know, the depression, the state of mind of, I can't make it, I can't. No, they're moving forward.
Right.
And that's what we're supposed to do, connect to something far greater than who you are.
Right.
Because I can never take you if I've never gone myself.
You're right.
And I've said this so many times. When you feel like you're going through problems and it's like all hell is breaking loose, look at it this way. Have you ever seen a dog barking at a parked car? Never. But when the car starts moving, what does the dog do?
Move and bark.
So moving and barking. That's the way, you know, we have to look at life. Trials are going to come because you're moving into your purpose, doing what, you know, God has called you to do. So I want to just salute you on today, tell you thank you so very much, and remember, the best is yet to come, that there's nothing that you cannot do with God. I know you know that. But I just wanted to touch and agree that everything that you're believing for, that He's going to meet your need and exceed your expectation. All you have to do is just trust Him.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say to our audience right now?
What would I like to say? What I would like to say is, like, just whatever you've been through with, you know, whether it's been domestic violence, sexual abuse, you can overcome it. I've overcome it. Many others have overcome it. Just trust yourself that you can move on, and just be the strength that, you know, holds your family together through anything that you're going through right now, and just come up from it, and you'll be fine.
Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. Well, guess what, you guys? Our time is up here. I pray that you've been empowered, inspired, and encouraged to tell your story, but more importantly, go to someone that you can trust, whether it's a friend, your parents, a pastor, or give us a call, 404-434-6004. Here at the Tammy Tubb Show, I will put you in connection with the people that can help you move out of that place. Well, Candice, I love you. God bless you. We'll see you next time on the Tammy Tubb Show. Be blessed.
It's a celebration.